Rafał. I live in the downtown east side, which is probably one of the most intense parts of central Vancouver to live in. I'm originally from Poland. I grew up spending a lot of time near rivers and lakes and quiet places, and I've been in very loud places for the last 15 years, and this is kind of part of a return to that.
Learn or experience from your time here in this off-grid world?
Well, there's the kind of professional answer and then the personal answer. So professionally, I'm really interested in the technical. What are the sort of day-to-day challenges of off-grid living? Where's your water coming from? Where's your power coming from? How are you dealing with waste? How are you sharing resources? How are you working trade economies and avoiding the use of money, which you've already touched on a little bit. And then on a personal level, for me, it's about building a relationship to place based on the rhythms of where I am, based on listening to the birds and the trees and just breathing in the air and really being present where I am.
Great. Off-grid living is?
I think for the most part, when I think about off-grid living, I think of people that are using solar, are growing their own food, are avoiding the use of money, so are trading things, are trading their labor, are trading the food they grow, perhaps machinery and skill exchange. I imagine that a lot of off-grid living I hope that a lot of off-grid living has to do with living more sustainably, so that there's a care for the planet and improving the state of the planet. So that's kind of how I imagine it.
Yeah, very good. Interested in off-grid living.
I think that the way that we're living right now in most cities is unsustainable. It is. It doesn't even matter what I think. It just is unsustainable, and it's killing our planet. And also on a personal level, I think when people don't know it, I think their nervous systems, their bodies, their psyches are suffering. And I feel that I'm a highly sensitive person, that I'm very in tune with my environments, and I've been feeling the burnout of that environment for a long time. So for me, this is just an inevitable. This is just part of a transition that I've known is going to be, coming at some point in my life, one way or another.
Hope to learn from your time here.
Bym chciał się nauczyć, jak rosnąć pomidory, jak dbać o ziemię. Ogólnie bym chciał wiedzieć, jak się wymieniać z materiałami bez pieniędzy. Bym chciał wiedzieć, jak posługiwać się różnymi sezonami, jak pogoda się zmienia, jak co sadzić, w jakim czasie roku. Bym chciał wiedzieć, jak dbać o zieleń, co jest naokrągło mnie, żebym wiedział, co zrobić, co trzeba wyrzucić, co trzeba obciąć, co trzeba zatrzymać. I bym chciał wiedzieć, jak się dostosować psychicznie, bo na pewno na początku by mi się może nawet trochę nudziło żyć tutaj i bym chciał wiedzieć, jak stworzyć jakąś własną kulturę w miejscu, gdzie nie mogę sobie pójść do kina, pójść do filmu, pójść zobaczyć teatr czy coś takiego.
What do you think are some of the challenges involved in living off-grid? Planning out your days. So, because it's not like in the city where you can kind of you have a car, you fill up your car with all the things you need for the day, and you take it home, and you put your stuff away, and you got your house, and everything's kind of readily available. From what I've experienced and what I've heard, everything's not readily available. So you really gotta be smart about gathering the things you need in advance. So kind of always thinking what you're going to need to accomplish a task in advance. And it seems like for me, like I know a big challenge is just like not having constant access to water. I lived in an off-grid just cabin for a week about 2 years ago, and ever since that first experience, every time I turn on the tap, I'm conscious of just how complicated and luxurious that is. And I think cleanliness, the adjustment to just not constantly having hot showers and washing my hands and my face is going to be an adjustment. I like those creature comforts a lot. And then, I like eating out. I like being off grid, and also I like nice restaurants. I like nice things. So for me, I know that will be a big adjustment, is not having those things, not having theater and dance and performance art to go see kind of whenever I want.
Great. Which challenge do you think you will find the most difficult of off-grid living?
I think the biggest challenge, I imagine, and I kind of experienced this last time I was living off-grid, is this sort of internal change and becoming a bit of a different person and kind of not knowing what to do with that at first. So that can be a bit kind of uncomfortable and then exciting and then uncomfortable and then exciting. So kind of like peeling the onion of self.
Exactly.